Remember, you are given as your richest birthright the privilege of controlling your own thoughts. Therefore, treat this divine gift with the profound respect to which it is entitled, and do not allow anyone to do your thinking for you, or to influence your thinking in any manner whatsoever, except by the rules of accurate thinking I am passing on to you. Follow this procedure regardless of what people think or say about your method of thinking. If they wish to call you a cynic or a doubting Thomas, let that be their misfortune. But for your own good, go right on thinking by rules which will save you from many mistakes and tragedies throughout your life.
Hello, everyone. I want to introduce myself first of all. My name is Irene Daniel. I am a very successful entrepreneur, a global elite personal trainer in the topic personal development, personal growth, leadership, and holistic healing. And of course, I want to welcome you back to another transformative principle that we are going together, go in the depth. And this amazing principle is really our nature. It is our nature. Maybe you're going to recognize it while we speak about it, because this is not just words, this is a frequency, a vibration, giving with purpose and intention. And I can tell you from my side, yes? So today's episode, we are going to talk about the power of abundance and service. And before we go ahead and move into this principle, I would love to know more about you. What is your birth name? Where you're coming from? When you have any questions in regards to this principle, you may want to drop in the comments. Yes. Now or afterwards, I am going to release, of course, because it's part of this amazing service that I am giving to you, to my community, and of course to the world. And you may want afterwards to study this principle, which is you study yourself. Okay. So, and saying this, I want to go further by talking, or we are going in a journey, really, in discovering this powerful principle of success by Napoleon Hill. And it's also very much connected with the universal laws and very much being connected with the spiritual realm. And when you understand that this is not just a principle that you may want to study, it's really a principle that it's a part of you, it's your nature. You are connected with this principle, and you express this principle once you, of course, understand the depth of this abundance. Yes. So let's go further to discover this more in the depth. I want to show you that Napoleon Hill really has his own authentic definition of this life principle. And he says that going the extra mile is really you acting of rendering more and better service than that for which you are presently paid. And it's not just an action, it's a mindset. The law of compensation is here at work. And the universe rewards us for giving from overflow. I mean, this is just powerful. It's amazing. So it's really important that you understand the meaning of these words. Yes, by going in the depth. And at this point, let us understand really what this means. You see, let's start by rendering more service. What does that means for you? Maybe you want to type on the chat what it means for you rendering more service. Afterwards, when you, if you were not attending this live, if you, for some reason, and there's always a reason, you see this video, so you may want to pause here. This is how we start to learn, understand, yes. See the replay very often and then make yourself that question, what that means for me going the extra mile. What does that means for me rendering more services? So you see, rendering more services is you giving more effort, time, or value than it's required or expected. You see, it's not about overworking to exhaustion, yes, but about serving with generosity and intention. And this is the difference between doing the job, yes, or not, and owning your mission. Yes. This is really the difference between you not having an intention, not knowing why you do what you do, when you don't know your purpose. You see? This is you doing a job. This is you start at 8 and then at 8 p.m. and then at 4, you see, p.m., you look at the time and you say, oh, thank God, I go home. This is you doing your job. But this is what makes the difference when you know the purpose behind your doing, when you have an intention. Yes, when you are understanding what it means rendering more service, when you are understanding going the extra mile, when you are understanding your true essence. Okay, this is really powerful. So I want to give you with that an example. If you are a coach, okay, because I'm also in this industry. So I choose to give you this example. But it can be regards to any job, okay? So if someone pays you for 60 minutes coaching, going the extra mile could mean, for example, sending a follow-up message, you see? Or sharing a bonus resource, or staying a few minutes longer because you understand that your client is needing your support. This is really going the extra mile. This is going the extra mile. And this you can apply in your business, you can apply in your family relationships, friendships, you can apply in your health. You see, there's no difference. There is no difference. But you must understand the depth, you see, of this principle, of this definition that Napoleon Hill really said, is the action of rendering more and better service. So what did that mean? And better services. Here it's related with the quality of the service you're rendering. It's not about only the quantity, it's about the quality. It's about raising the standard of your work and bringing that excellence and care into everything you do, without exception. Yes? Without exception. Because your nature, there's no exception. When you are applying, in other words, when you are embodying this so powerful and, which is you. This is just a key to activate something that is already within you. And I'm here with a heart of service, yes, sharing with you. So think like this is you adding your signature to everything you are expressing. In other words, acting, serving. It's that blueprint, that uniqueness, something that only you can give. Your energy, your love, your presence. Yes. This is rendering more service and better service. It's not just serving. It's also the quality of what is that you are sharing, what is that you are giving, is the purpose, is the intention. This is not the doing, this is not the effort, this is really the essence, the blueprint, the true you. This is you embody your true nature. This is nothing new. Yes, this is nothing new. And then we have that for which you are presently paid, rendering more service and better service than that for which you are presently paid. So this is where the principle, yes, becomes spiritual and universal. Yes. Hill teaches that compensation doesn't always come immediately or from the same source. This is the truth. When you give more than expected, you align with the law of increasing returns. The universe will take note. The universe will take note. We are talking about energy. Okay? And often that extra effort that you are giving although you didn't need to give, but you are giving authentic. You are being authentic. You are giving because this is your essence, because this is you, because this is you, the abundance that you expressing. Yes, it will come multiplied tenfold. Don't have no doubt. Believe it, because this is the truth. And how it shows up? How? Through new opportunities, referrals, abundance, and most of all, the inner growth. The inner growth that you see that you are living in. You are growing through this process in a better, greater version of yourself, which whatever it is for you, where you have to work within for yourself, for you being that greater self. Yes, it will be reflected. You cannot stop that. You cannot stop that. It will be reflected, and it will come in return, increase in return. Yes. So it's not about being undervalued. It's about choosing, and I underline choosing. You are choosing to serve from a place of abundance. You are choosing of serving from a place which you may want to call home. Yeah, you're living in that place of abundance. Knowing that what you are sowing, you also will harvest. Yes? The idea that you are holding, conscious or unconscious, are seeds that will be transmuted. They will be transmuted. They will be anchored in your heart. And believe me, this you will harvest. And so I also want to give you here a short story, yes, about an actress, somebody that was working in the coffee shop, and she was really not earning that much, yes, whatever that means, but she was not really earning that much. But she had a great attitude. You see, this young woman, she always came earlier as she's supposed to. And every day she came early and arranged everything. She knew her task, what she has to do. And she really knew the name of all the customers that actually used to come every day to that coffee shop. Yes. And that made them feel seen. And even when it was a bit more going on in the kitchen, or was a lot of very much going on, a lot of clients, yes, she was always asking in how can she serve, yes, seeing where she could support. You see, this will never, this energy, this attitude will never come back in void. It always be transmuted in opportunities. And so one day there was a customer that was actually coming very off there, and he really was observing, and he felt something special about her attitude. Yes, he felt really that she was different. Yes, and it was not just her action, it was really that magnetic energy expression that enthusiasmos that she was representing, which is coming from that this topic that we are talking today, going the extra mile with authenticity in her unique way. She was serving greater, much more greater than what she was being paid for. She was not looking to what she is earning every month. She was representing the abundance that flows to and through and from her. And that's why one day that same customer, which was really the manager from another large company, restaurant chain, he offered her a management position. And I can assure you that was not luck. It was not luck. For people that don't know better, what a luck. She was, she had luck. But it was not luck. It was her attitude. It was she coming from a place of abundance, coming from a place of authenticity. And so she never asked for that promotion, but she was just giving more and better service, because that was her authentic self. It was her character. It was her personality, that greater self, transmuting through action, through expression. She is really the vessel of that greater abundance energy, speaking and acting through her. So the reward came from a direction she even didn't really expect it. She was not expecting nothing in return. But we are talking about universal laws, and this nothing and no one can stop. Nothing and no one can stop. Yes. And this really changed her life. This really changed her life. So this is just to show you how powerful actually and blessed you are. So the next part of the definition that Napoleon Hill gave, it's a mindset, not just an action. The law of compensation at work. The universe reward us for giving from overflow. So this means that going the extra mile isn't just something that you do. Yes. Is who you are. You can change your do's. You can change your behavior. But if you're not aware of your authentic self, if you are not aware of who you truly are, you will never really experience in full awareness this power. You'll never really grasp the true essence of who you are and the fulfillment and meaning that life will give you, because you're already expressing it. Okay? So it's the way you show up really every day in any and every area of your life. And when you embody this principle of life, which is going the extra mile, you are expressing what? Excellence, intention, and service at the center of your heart. You see, it's really choosing to bring your best energy, your enthusiasm, even when no one is watching. Even when no one is watching, you are being you. Even when you are being paid and you go much more higher for what that you are being paid. This is you going the extra mile. This is you expressing this principle of life. So this refers to a universal law. What you give with faith and integrity really must return to you. And it will, and it is. Not always from the same person, and not always immediately, but always eventually. So to give from that place of authenticity, of you being you, and without any expectation, because you are expressing naturally this principle. And when you are not in that expectation, yes, because you are coming from that wholeness, yes, then believe me, this is where the magic happens. This is when, opportunity, a situation, something will really show up for you, and the resonance will be there. The resonance will be there. Okay? So energy is never wasted. Acts of love, service, excellence, yes, they all plant seeds. And the harvest always comes. Most of the time when you don't expect. And often in greater ways than you imagine. Yes? So when you give not from lack or fear, but from wholeness, you giving becomes really magnetic, very much attractive. And you may now want to ask yourself, are you giving from overflow or from obligation? And this question, you should really be authentic to yourself. You see, this is for you, because we must understand our life is our responsibility. And so make this question to yourself and have the courage to look. Have the courage to look. Yes, because this is a virtue. When you are courage itself. Yes. And when you make this question to yourself and be open to see the truth, then you are very much in that process of the growing, of excellence, of honoring your true self. Okay? So I also want to share with you how this principle really came alive in my life. Yes. And I also had to be very much in that courage to look. It was not so easy as I thought, but it was a question of me being very much connected to these principles and learning that I can only change when I become aware of who I am. And so the courage was there. And so I really used to believe that I was giving before I came to know about this information, before I understood these principles of life that actually are within me. And I thought I was always giving. But I was not aware that I was giving from a place of lack, that I was giving from a place of an empty glass, that I was giving from a place of survival, of providing. I was not giving from a place of abundance. And this I know. And because I became aware of that, everything really started to shift. And I am here today, you see. This transformed me within so much. This principle activates something within me that was always present, but I was not really very much aware. And I was using, I was in that illusion that I was giving, but I needed to go in the depth of who I am today, so that I know also what is serving me. And then I need to know very much where I want to go, have a direction, and then to know very much who am I supposed to become. I mean, what is the plan that it was already laid within me in the day of my birth, in the day of your birth. Yes. And so going the extra mile is really a game changer when you become aware of this part of you, authenticity, this part of you, the abundance that flows to and through and from you, of excellence and unique out, something unique. This is your signature. And this is the way you show up. And this is the way you magnetize. And this is the way you start to attract everything that is in resonance. Yes, because you are now coming from a mindset, not just by doing. It's not just doing. Yes, it's really serving with authenticity in every area of your life. This is not just business. Yes, this is not just friendships and relationships and health, everything. So I understood that real service comes from overflow, not from a full glass, actually, but it's really running over, you see? When I am giving from a glass that is full, I'm not still prepared to give that extra. Yes, it's in that moment where you overflowing of abundance, of you being you, your authenticity, that you start to own your mission. And with that alignment, by being in purpose and by expressing the essence of who I'm really, everything starts really to shift, and I am in completely fulfillment regardless. This is very much impressive what this means, going the extra mile. This is a rich, a prosperous mindset. It's authentic. It has to be authentic because this is you. Yes? And this was me for some years ago, operating actually from lack, but I was not aware. Yeah? Because I thought I was giving, I was coming from that. No, I was not. But I had the courage to look. Yes? So I no longer gave expecting something in return. Yes? I gave because my spirit was full. And I had to express it, you see? And this is the effortlessly acting from that essence of who I truly am. Yes. So this law, the law of compensation, was always operating, but now I am consciously dancing with it. I am consciously dancing with this principle, with this law. And it is, or it feels very much in harmony. And the results began, of course, to reflect in my job, in the people I attract, in the opportunities, and of course, in my deep inner peace. Okay? And just like Mother Nature, who always produces more than enough. Yes, I began to understand abundance is really our natural state. And it is so. So reflect upon. Yes, this is a short piece of my journey. I had to recognize. So make that question. Okay, are you giving from a glass that is full or overflow? Are you giving because you have to, or because it's your nature, is your excellence, is you being you? Okay. So sometimes it's a bit, to make that kind of questions bring us to the reality. Yes. Mindset is the reality of life. Is a duplicate is what you see outside. Yes. So changes is really you going in the depth of who you truly are and start to express it. Yes. So let's have here a moment of reflection. Okay. So and I want to encourage you really to reflect, but not just to think about. Have a book, journal, write your thoughts. Yes, write your thoughts. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. Understand that. So take a really deep breath before you make questions to yourself. Quiet your mind, and when your mind is quiet, very much quiet, you make that questions. And when you don't have the answer, understand, don't force it. It will come. It will come, but only in that very much in that relaxed state. Yes. And so ask yourself, are you in this embodiment of you expressing the abundance? There is your essence. And if you are not in this flow, in alignment with your natural flow, so you are again, so this is what you may want to feel like hard, like a fight. Yes. This is what we must become aware, because when we are in the flow of our true nature, it is never hard. It's never, we don't have the feeling that we must own something through hard work. Yes. This we must understand. Okay. So take a moment each and every day and reevaluate where you are now. Reevaluate if you are expressing with authenticity, you going the extra mile. You embody this definition, yes, of serving great services, rendering services more and greater without expectation. Yes. So how to implement this principle of life, which is you. So start today to give more than expect. In your relationships, in your business, in your family, and serve from a place of abundance, presence, and of course, love. Cultivate overflow. Fill your glass with practices that really align with your higher self, like prayer, meditation. Take, in the morning, in the evening, yes? Or, have that, for me, it's already a lifestyle, meditation, yes? You can always return home. I always say return home, be in that relaxed center, heart space, yes? And be in that creative action. And one thing that you can also start to practice this principle of life is really to detach from the outcome. Here, give an intention. Understand the reason behind your behavior, your doing. Give without needing to get. And trust, understand and trust and relay that lives see everything. Yes? You don't need to wait that other people see how good you're doing things. You don't need no validation from others, but you must very much be aware and in alignment. Yes? A powerful mindset as you embodying that place with abundant thoughts of excellence. The seeds will always provide you once they are anchored. So I would love now to dedicate a few minutes on a short meditation. So you may first be comfortable. You may want to sit, or I don't know where you're seeing. You may want to lay down. You should close your eyes. You feel much more comfortable or not, then open your eyes. And first you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, take a deep breath in through your nose. Take your time. And out through your mouth. Now I want you to visualize a golden cup flowing into your voice. Visualize a golden cup in your heart and being filled with divine light, love, and abundance. And then see it overflowing through how you express, how you work, how you show up. In other words, how you embody through your presence. Now say gentle to yourself, am I overflowing? I give from essence. I give from my essence. I give from my natural essence. I am abundant by nature. Now I want that you return gently and open your eyes. And after you do these 5 minutes of meditation, of you seeing your heart overflowing with light, divine light, that love, that abundance provided for an idea of who you are and how you want to live your life, an idea of a business, of how you want to serve and who you want to serve, an idea of a product that you will provide, with you expressing that extra mile, which really the abundance of your cup being in overflow. Remember, really, this is you. This is the energy flowing without force, without expectation, without resisting, very much detached, because you are coming from that place of overflow. Okay, this is your true nature. So I feel so much honored to be here I always come 2 times a week, and I'm always so honored to serve you at my greatest. And of course, I am very grateful that you also here, that you join me in these powerful episodes that has everything to do with you. And I hope that these really resonate with you, and you feel the joy and of course the abundance, which is going the extra mile. And if today this message really touched you, yes, then I encourage you to share this message with somebody that really is needing, someone that could benefit from this wisdom. And you know what? We all need reminders that we are abundant by nature. Okay, we need that community. And so by sharing this message, you may serve and go that extra mile, you see? And you will really be able to spark that peace that someone was needing, you know, that will give and the light to that path that this person probably is so close to reach but is not seeing. But maybe you can share. If you know someone, you should share. Yes. And if you that you are listening me are really ready to go deeper, to dive into this material in ways that brings life in your own experience, I invite you, of course, to join Midtime Lecture. This is an incredible opportunity to study life with me 3 times a week on Zoom. And of course, in our community, we all go deeper into principles like this, yes, apply them in real time, and you will be surrounded by supportive, like-minded group that will hold you accountable. Of course, you also have to be accountable to yourself. But we are in a community that really supports and inspire you to embody your greatness. And this is so fundamental in this path of growth and development. You may also want to hit my landing page where you can subscribe and get more resources, can join our newsletters, and when you're ready, you will have the chance to connect with me personally for a deeper guidance to make that going in the extra mile, living in the extra mile, breathing expression of your true self. So this is life-changing. Going the extra mile is really everything who you are. And remember, the universe rewards what we give in abundance. What is that you are giving? What is that you are giving? Let's align with that flow of overflow together. Now it's the time. Today is the right time. Today is all we have. So by saying that, I want to thank you for being here. And once you're ready to keep on learning more about who you are, learning more about these principles, there are really activators that is a roadmap that will bring all the structure and order, and there are a pathway for success coming from you. Yes, coming from you. You don't have to chase, you just have to embody it. So I will see you next week again with another principle, and where we will, of course, take another step toward our limitless potential. And until there, stay radiant, stay aligned, and stay abundant, because you are. Okay? So thank you so much for being here. We all see us again next week, 3 p.m. Thursday, 3 p.m. Central Europe time. Thank you so much for to be committed to this series, to be committed to yourself, to show up, to show the leader that you are through expression, not just by doing, by mindset. Okay? Thank you so much. God bless. See you next week.